One of the things that I do like to do on this channel is to find the model shops that are doing some incredible bargains. A big hello to you! Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. I hope I find you well. I'm Jennifer Kirk, welcoming you up here to the loft on Weir Yard. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about bargains. Of course, in these cash-strapped times, it's always great to find somewhere that's selling models at a really great price, and this one in particular is the Hattons winter sale. They've got a huge sale on, and it was an absolute must for me to go and have a browse. And there are so many different products there. I think they bill it as being something like £2 million worth of stock that they're looking to shift, and the bargains stretch across a number of different scales and gauges. And I've dipped my toe in and picked out a couple of items that certainly really did appeal to me, and I think they'll appeal to you as well. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. So we've got a link in the description box down below. It's not an affiliate link, it's just there to help you out, because I know in these cash-strapped times that it's always great to help fellow modelers. So I'm letting you know about the Hattons sale to check it out and see if there's something there for you. Today's video comes in association with Trainomatic, makers of DCT decoders and accessories that are designed by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Find the full range available to order now at tramfabrique.co.uk. Additional support comes from Rails of Sheffield. Sell to the name you know and trust. Buy, sell or exchange any age or any gauge. Call them now for the very best price. Check them out today at the link below. Well, I'm really excited. I always do love a good sale, and certainly letting you guys know where you can get really great brand new items at a huge discount is always something that we should share in the hobby. So come with me and see what I got. One of the things that I do like to do on this channel from time to time is to find the model shops that are doing some incredible bargains and make you guys aware of those so that you can also pick up some of these. So today I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Hattons big Christmas sale. And some of these are slower moving items, some of them are things that they've had in stock for quite some time, and not necessarily unpopular items. And the first item that I've picked up and I want to talk to you about is one of their P-class models. Now, as you remember, a long time ago when these were introduced, we actually reviewed this model here on the channel, and off the back of my review, these very quickly sold out in this livery. It's been a very successful model, and certainly the model itself is an incredible one, and I was really pleased to, back when they were first introduced, pick up this South Eastern and Chatham Railway wartime austerity grey version, and it's been a stalwart performer ever since. Now, Hattons has gone through at least 2 production runs of these, and the last couple of liveries are the ones which have gone into the sale. Now they've been reduced down to an incredible £64, and of course what you're actually getting is that same incredible model that we reviewed all that time ago, and there's 2 different ones that they've got. And I've bought this one, H4-P-013, and this is the P-class as number 5027 in Rail Operations Division green. Now the other one that they've got at a similar incredible price is the other Rail Operations Division green. So it's basically this same livery but with a different running number. And the reason I chose this one is because I think the other one is something like 57 54, which would be this locomotive, but in its ROD guise. So I don't like to get the same locomotive twice if I can help it. So it did make sense for me to get this one. Now this is something, I think because this is a second production run of this model, I don't remember this in the original release. An instruction leaflet here, but it's, oh look, it's in full colour and it's actually really informative. And I do like this early Edwardian style of leaflet here. So we've got a picture of the locomotive in the really ornate South Eastern and Chatham Railway livery. Now these did sell out really, really quickly. I think there was 3 different running numbers done in this livery, plus the incredibly popular Bluebell, which was a variant of this but in blue. And that was, I think, the second model to sell out, and certainly one which commands a very, very high resale price these days. And this has got all of the instructions, including how to sound fit it. And if you do sound fit the locomotive, it can be done. Reasonably straightforward, but does require a little bit of user intervention just to get that right. We've also got some information on the detail parts to do with the hoses, and a little bit of information for the Southern Railway route indicator discs. So reasonably comprehensive. And let's get the locomotive out. Standard style packaging. We do have a little detail pack here, and you can see those route indication discs, that assortment of hoses, 3-link couplings, and a lot of these, like the 3-link couplings and the hoses, it's an either or with the tension lock coupling. They will interfere with each other, which is one of the reasons that they've not come from the factory fitted. The locomotive itself is very, very heavy. There's a lot of weight gone into these, and it does make for a good performing locomotive. Now I've had this running on Weir Yard and it's performed incredibly well, and I do love all of this detail that it comes with, all the pipe work, and we've also got the Westinghouse air pump there on the front, and this is exactly the same as per the SEC&R version. You can see the Westinghouse air pump there. And that was probably another consideration when these were requisitioned for wartime use in the First World War, hence the rod livery. When they were sent over to France, a lot of air brake stock over there, and it meant that these locomotives required no real conversion to be able to work with continental stock. So these would be perfect for anybody in the late pre-grouping period of modelling, and certainly that's becoming a very, very popular era. We've got some other really nice touches, the little water valve there on the back of the water tanks, and behind that we've got a really nicely finished works plate picked out in the red, and it does show there's a lot of thought gone into the livery of these to get all that in behind the detail, and correct air gap underneath the boiler, and they're very robust as well. It's withstood all my handling pretty well. It's just a really great locomotive, it has to be said. It's one that I do wish that Hattons would do another run of some of the really popular liveries, but for whatever reason, we've got these in the sale, and this is something that you can profit from today and get yourself this incredibly detailed sprung buffers and everything P-class for £64, and you're not going to see locomotives of this quality at this kind of price anytime again soon. So it's a 6-pin decoder that you need in here, direct plug, and what I would say is you do need one of the smaller style decoders, seems to be of the best type, something like the Trainomatic. If you're going for those, do get the direct plug, not the wired one. The wired one will not fit in here, it is quite tight. Or something like the Gagemaster DCC27, I think it is, again a direct plug decoder. Zemo, Dula and Haas also do some really good small decoders, and you'll have no difficulty in fitting them in. On DC, it runs perfectly straight out of the box, and you can see there all the brake rigging comes factory fitted. Got some really quite nice slender coupling rods. Couplings, factory fitted, a slimline tension lock couplings in some quite discreet NEM pockets. So that's the first item that I've picked up from the sale. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about another locomotive that they had in there, and I didn't get one, but I have bought the Andrew Barclay shunter, these, before in the past, and you might remember when they were first announced, we did a review on the CPC liveried one, which was the first to sell out, and hopefully that video did help to sell out this livery option first. I did go back and I picked up one of the NCB ones, but what we've actually got in the sale is, I think it's the Great Barford one in blue. And that, again, is at a great knockdown price. These are really reliable performers and honestly, one of the best small industrial locomotives to come to the market, with a lot of different options in terms of detail between different members of the class. And they do command high prices secondhand, the ones that have sold out. So it's a really good opportunity to pick up a really reliable industrial locomotive from the Hattons sale. And if you're in the market for such a thing, get them whilst you can, because you're not going to see prices like that for some incredibly detailed and reliable performers. So just want to make you aware of those. We've also got a lot of coaching stock in this sale, and browsing through, I must admit I've got about 350 coaches in my collection, so I tend to be quite picky with what I pick up. But LMS liveried coaches, I don't for some reason have an awful lot of them. I've got locomotives for them to go with, but I just don't have the rolling stock. So this, for £19, yes, you heard that correctly, £19 brand new, is the Stanier 50-foot brake, but it's the Hornby variety. Now, Bachmann also do a Stanier 50-foot brake, and it dates back to the old mainline tooling, but this is a much more recently tooled version, and whilst Hornby have been a lot more stingy in terms of livery options they've put out, I think the only ones I've seen is there's a BR Crimson, the LMS Crimson, and I've seen BR Rail Blue versions. It is very much a modern tooled model, so really pleased to be able to pick this up for £19. It's been a long time since we've had high quality coaches at that kind of price. Again, there's quite a variety in the Hattons sale, including a load of the high super detailed Hornby coaches such as the Mansells and some of the Western region, Great Western ones as well, again at some incredible never to be repeated prices. So this one here is R4843 LMS Stanier passenger breakers number 31010, and let's get this out of the box. So we've got modern style boxes on these. Just slide it out, and there is actually a little detail pack. Alternative couplings, this is something you do get with the Hornby super detail ones, for closer couplings between coaches, and these are exactly the same style that I've used that come with the Gresley coaches as well. So they are actually pretty good, very, very reliable. And I do like to use them in amongst fixed rakes. And then we've also got these corridor connectors, which appear to be in the extended position. They're solid moulding, but they are more extended than the ones which come factory fitted. Again, this is something that you don't get with the Bachmann version. So I'm going to put those to one side. I probably will use those close couplings because they are great if you've got a fixed rake. And because they fit into standard NEM pockets, then it does mean that they're compatible with more than just the coach they come with. As you can see, it's a really lovely model. We've got some really quite delicate printing on these. We also get the silvery roof. Now this is something the Bachmann versions tend to come with a plain grey, but it is nice to see the silvery roof versions. I do have some coaches in LMS livery with that. You can mix and match. They weren't all repainted on exactly the same day. The glazing on these is flush fitted. They're a lot more flush than the X mainline ones that are in the Bachmann stable. There's a little bit of, is that glue or oil there? Just a little dab there. It looks like it could be glue. Not a problem. It'll probably just come off with a bit of brisk rubbing. But we've also got separately fitted handrails. So yeah, you can just about see underneath them there. And certainly those door handles as well, separately fitted. So it's a really nice package, certainly a lot more detailed than the Bachmann versions. And you can see there the underframe detail is really quite impressive. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get one to compare with you. I've got this particular one. I haven't got access to the LMS one straight off, but I would like to show you the differences between these two. First up, in terms of length, the Hornby one is a fraction longer. We've got much finer detail on the roof, and when you look down the side, again, we've got those separately fitted handrails on the Hornby version versus moulded on the Bachmann one. Again, much finer bogies. They're a bit more slab-sided on the Bachmann version. The Bachmann version does come fitted with these longer corridor connectors, but we do get a choice on the Hornby one. Sprung buffers versus moulded on solid buffers. And looking to the underframe as well, you can see that there is so much more going on. We get these awful ugly solid mouldings for the vacuum cylinders versus actual detail, actual brake rigging, and just so much more going on detail wise that for, quite frankly, £19 there's no comparison. This really is the one to go for. And just again, looking at the glazing is inside the coach as like a bar that runs all the way along, rather than a push fit into the window apertures. So you can really feel that they are recessed as opposed to slightly recessed but not fully recessed. They feel a little bit better on the Hornby version, although it's not as good as some of the more recent models. So for £19 we've got something really special. We've also got the close coupling cams and NEM pockets compared with just screw fit straight to the bogies. So these are just some of the items that I've chosen to buy and to highlight for you, and it just shows that the Hattons sale has got something for everybody, not just pre-grouping or Big Four era. We've got everything through to BR and also some more modern image as well. There's some great options too in O gauge, including their A4 Pacifics and A1s that were commissioned for them from Hellion, and some of those are down to around 55–60% off. So certainly for O gauge modelers as well, there's some interesting propositions. Well, I hope you really enjoyed today's video and found it informative, and certainly, as I said before, we've got a link down below in the description box to take you to the Hattons sale. It's not an affiliate link, it's just simply there to help out fellow modelers. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below whether there's something you've spotted and you think, oh my word, I've been really wanting one of those, and at this price it would be rude not to. So certainly do let me know about what you might have picked up or what you really want to pick up. And it's a great opportunity as well to let people who may be struggling to think of items to buy you perhaps for Christmas, to let them know, help them out and say, well, actually there's this, or there's this, or there's this, and I really want them, and this is a great opportunity to get them. So So just think laterally and you could be adding a great new item to your collection as well. But don't forget as well to check out our merch store for all of the great branded hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, stickers and more. And we've also got the Monday Club wagon still available to order, and the current estimate on delivery of the PAL brick in the William Loudon Sons livery, which is exclusive for Monday Club members, is sometime in the new year, early new year. So we're thinking probably January. But watch this space, there's obviously a lot of delays with products coming out of China, but that is exclusive to this channel, and it's being sold through Rails of Sheffield, acting as the agents for this. So you can order this with confidence and know that it is another great project that you can support and help to support the channel. Also, you can like, share and subscribe, and until next time, you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling, bye for now. Today's video is sponsored by Trainomatic, makers of DCC decoders designed to be fully compatible with every manufacturer's locomotive. Visit train-o-matic.com to browse the full range and see what they've got suitable for you. Additional support comes from Rails of Sheffield. Sell to the name you know and trust. Family-run business purchasing collections for over 50 years. From single items to lifetime collections, no collection is too small or too big. Buy, sell or exchange, any age or any gauge. Rails will take everything: locos, coaches, wagons, track work, controllers, accessories. In fact, they'll take absolutely everything, and certainly will not cherry pick the best items. Rails are only a phone call away. Call them now for the very best price and get instant cash payment or same-day transfer. Check them out today at the link below. I'd like to send out a huge thanks to everybody who supports me on Patreon, and an extra special huge thanks goes out to Anthony Kidson, Offshore Allen, Michael Lockie, Helen Sink, Gary Lewis, David Quinn, Sparky 107107, George Botterini, Chris Moss, Robert Steers, Sam Yates, Dale Williams, John N from NC, NYMR-ish, Jonathan Foster, Peter, Clifford Ison, Larry W. Grant, NI Railways 4000 class, Ian Coulson, Alan Dickerson, Eddie Papere, Karen Nichol, Medwin Williams, Crossways Point Junction, 3B Rail, Jennifer Horton, and James Beckett. Thank you. Without you guys, I couldn't do this.